The funeral services for First Lady Barbara Bush, wife of President George H.W. Bush, mother of President George W. Bush and grandmother of Today Show correspondent Jenna Bush Hager, will take place on Saturday afternoon in Houston, and TV News will be on hand to provide in-depth coverage of the event. Below are coverage plans for the news networks. We will update the post throughout the day as additional information rolls in. ABC News presents Celebrating Barbara Bush, a special report covering former First Lady Barbara Bush's funeral on Saturday, April 21st, beginning at 12 p.m. ET on ABC. Chief anchor George Stephanopoulos anchors from New York along with analyst Cokie Roberts. Anchor Amy Robach reports from Houston with contributor Mark Gupta-Grovey, presidential historian and LBJ Foundation president and CEO. CBS News will deliver 2 hours of live coverage of former First Lady Barbara Bush's funeral tomorrow from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. CBS News 24/7 Live, streaming news service, will live stream CBS's coverage. CBS News special coverage will be anchored by CBS This Morning Saturday co-host Anthony Mason and CBSN anchor Rena Ninen from New York, with CBS News correspondent Bianna Golodryga co-anchoring from Houston. CBS News correspondent Weijia Zhang will report from Houston. CBS News contributor Bob Schieffer will also join the coverage. CBS News Beth will provide extensive coverage for CBS affiliates around the country and international partners. CBS News Radio will air special reports on Saturday starting at 11 o'clock ET with Steve Futterman and August Skamenka in Houston, in addition to Peter Mayer contributing to the coverage. CBS Sunday Morning will feature a story on the funeral as well as a commentary by historian Douglas Brinkley. Face the Nation will also provide coverage on Sunday. C-SPAN will have live coverage of memorial services for former First Lady Barbara Bush on Friday and Saturday. Friday, Barbara Bush lying in repose at St. Martin's Episcopal Church in Houston live at 1 p.m. ET on C-SPAN. Martin's Episcopal Church in Houston from 12 to 3 p.m. ET. Guests will include FNC's chief political anchor Bret Baier, who covered the second term of the Bush administration in 2006, as well as FNC senior political analyst Bret Hume and FNC anchor Dana Perino, who served as White House press secretary under the George W. Bush administration and knew the former First Lady personally. Additional contributions will be made by Chief Congressional and Senior Political Correspondent Mike Emanuel and FNC Senior Correspondent Adam Housley live from Houston. Leading up to the main coverage, The Daily Briefing with Dana Perino will present a special Remembering Barbara Bush show live from Houston this Friday, April 20th. Additionally, Dallas-based correspondent Casey Stegall will make on-air contributions live from Houston this week leading up to the memorial. NBC News, MSNBC, NBC News and MSNBC will deliver live coverage of the funeral for former First Lady Barbara Bush with special programming, Remembering Barbara Bush, on both networks. NBC News correspondent Craig Melvin will anchor the network special report as the funeral begins at the scheduled time of 12 p.m. ET, joined by NBC News special correspondent Tom Brokaw from New York. NBC News chief foreign affairs correspondent Andrea Mitchell will report from the site of the funeral, St. Martin's Episcopal Church, in Houston, and NBC News presidential historian Michael Beschloss will contribute to the coverage from Washington. Beginning at 12 p.m. ET on MSNBC, Brian Williams anchors special coverage from New York, joined by Hardball host Chris Matthews and Deadline White House host Nicole Wallace, former communications director for President George W. Bush, live from Texas. Andrea Mitchell also joins MSNBC's coverage along with NBC News White House correspondent Kelly O'Donnell live from Houston. NBC News has been offering coverage on the legacy of the former First Lady throughout the week, including a heartwarming letter from Today correspondent Jenna Bush Hager to her late grandmother, which she shared in a phone call this morning on Today's Show. NBCNews.com will live stream the network's special coverage.